Ranches in Texas under 200 grand. Acreage, 20 acres plus. Hunting access, plenty. Water resources, never ending. In this video, we are looking at 15 dirt cheap ranches in the beautiful state of Texas, in real counties where land prices are so cheap that you'll think it's a scam. Without wasting your time, let's begin. But before we do that, if you need any contact info for these properties, just subscribe to the channel and comment "contact," and I'll add it in the description. Bowie County, Texas, where you've got a really interesting ranch-style property sitting on around 22 acres in the rural Avery area. This one features a 3-bed, 2-bath home, described as a cozy manufactured dwelling that overlooks expansive rolling meadows and a couple of ponds, giving it that peaceful countryside feel the moment you step outside. The interior includes a spacious living room with a fireplace, a kitchen with plenty of cabinet space, and overall a comfortable layout that fits both relaxed everyday living and weekend retreats. Bowie County sits way out in northeast Texas, known for its mix of agricultural land, ranches, and woods, with smaller towns like Avery and DeKalb defining that classic East Texas rural lifestyle. It's a place where you still see deer crossing fields, old farm fences line long dirt roads, and neighbors wave as you pass by on a Sunday morning drive. Now, let's talk perks. This place isn't just a home on a patch of grass. The land itself is described as a working cattle ranch with good grazing and hay production, thanks to fertile soil and solid rainfall. You've got year-round water from ponds and a seasonal creek, which makes this tract feel more like a self-sustaining ranch property than merely a piece of land with a house on it. Folks into cattle, horses, and outdoor life will find plenty to like here. And for the price reveal, this Bowie County ranch is listed at around $249,000 for the whole kit and caboodle. Home, acreage, water features, and grazing land included. Property takes us to Bandera County, Texas, where we're looking at a hill country homestead on about 10.8 acres just outside the small community of Pipe Creek. This listing features a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home of around 720 square feet, tucked into mature trees and rolling natural terrain, giving you that peaceful country vibe right in your backyard. Bandera County sits deep in Texas Hill Country, and Pipe Creek is an unincorporated community known for its scenic views, quiet roads, and proximity to bigger towns like Bandera, Bourne, and San Antonio. So you get that rural privacy without being completely cut off from amenities. The region is popular with folks who love outdoor activities like hiking, hunting, and exploring Medina Lake, which is just a short drive away. In terms of accessibility, this property is reached via well-maintained county and farm-to-market roads off State Highway 16, making it easy to get to from surrounding towns while still feeling tucked away from heavy traffic. The acreage provides a buffer from neighbors, and the mature trees add natural privacy and shade. One of the biggest perks of this Bandera County land is that it's set up for classic hill country outdoor living. You've got room to add animal pens, outdoor recreational areas, hiking trails, or fire pits, and the natural landscape attracts local wildlife, making it ideal for nature watching or light hunting. The peaceful setting and space to make it your own are what really set this property apart. And now for the price reveal. This Pipe Creek home with acreage is listed at $315,000. Next property takes us to Jack County, Texas, where we're spotlighting a unique rural property near Bryson. This listing features around 8 acres with an existing residence that's about 1,500 square feet, giving you a mix of land and living space right from the start. The home includes 2 bedrooms and a bath, and there's an attached carport that keeps vehicles and gear sheltered. Inside, you'll find an open layout tying together the living room, dining space, and kitchen. A classic ranch-style floor plan that feels simple and functional. The property also includes a water well, working pens, and a storage shed. Jack County sits in north-central Texas and is known for its wide-open plains, ranch land, and friendly small communities like Bryson. Bryson itself is a small town of a few hundred people that gives off a real rural Texas backroads vibe, with easy access to bigger towns like Jacksboro and Graham via US Highway 380. It's the kind of place where neighbors wave, kids walk to local schools, and folks appreciate the slower pace of country life. One of the biggest perks here is the blend of land use potential and practical improvements already in place. With working pens and a storage shed, you can start using the land for horses, cattle, or other livestock right away. The open acreage gives you room for gardens, hobby farming, or even expanding the outdoor spaces however you want. It's a true country property where the land isn't just scenic, it's functional. And now for the big reveal. This Jack County place is listed at just over $220,000, offering both land and a livable structure together in one package. Next property takes us to Bandera County, Texas, where we're looking at a hill country homestead on about 10.8 acres just outside the small community of Pipe Creek. This listing features a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home of around 720 square feet, tucked into mature trees and rolling natural terrain, giving you that peaceful country vibe right in your backyard. Bandera County sits deep in Texas Hill Country, and Pipe Creek is an unincorporated community known for its scenic views, quiet roads, and proximity to bigger towns like Bandera, Bourne, and San Antonio. So you get that rural privacy without being completely cut off from amenities. The region is popular with folks who love outdoor activities like hiking, hunting, and exploring Medina Lake, which is just a short drive away. In terms of accessibility, this property is reached via well-maintained county and farm-to-market roads off State Highway 16, making it easy to get to from surrounding towns, while still feeling tucked away from heavy traffic. The acreage provides a buffer from neighbors, and the mature trees add natural privacy and shade. One of the biggest perks of this Bandera County land is that it's set up for classic hill country outdoor living. You've got room to add animal pens, outdoor recreational areas, hiking trails, or fire pits, and the natural landscape attracts local wildlife, making it ideal for nature watching or light hunting. The peaceful setting and space to make it your own are what really set this property apart. And now for the price reveal. This Pipe Creek home with acreage is listed at $315,000. Next property takes us to Val Verde County, Texas, where we're looking at a large ranch-style tract of around 80+ acres out in the rural northeast part of the county. This listing is described as a high, lonesome hunting ranch, and from the listing details, you can tell it's aimed at folks who want serious outdoor space and time in the Texas countryside. The land is just a short drive south from Sonora and is reachable within a few miles off a paved state highway, meaning you've got that off-the-beaten-path vibe with decent access when you need it. Val Verde County is in southwest Texas on the southern edge of the Edwards Plateau, and its county seat is Del Rio, a community known for its frontier heritage and proximity to Lake Amistad on the Rio Grande. The region is huge and rugged, with limestone terrain, canyons, and a mix of desert scrub and oak juniper areas that make it popular for outdoor recreation like hunting and fishing. Now for the perks. This place is marketed as a hunting getaway with abundant native and exotic game, which means deer, hogs, and possibly axis or other species common in high fence and unmanaged ranch lands. That's a major draw if you're into weekend hunts, wildlife watching, or just serious outdoor living. Unlike smaller recreational parcels, this acreage gives you plenty of room to explore and set up blinds, feeders, or trails without feeling crowded. And now for the price. This Val Verde County hunting ranch is listed at a few $100,000 for all of the acreage and outdoor potential included. Next property takes us to Duval County, Texas, where you're looking at a ranch-style tract of around 50 acres right off Highway 59 near the Seven Sisters area. This property listing shows a small residence on the land with 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom, making it a ready-to-use hunting or weekend stay spot rather than undeveloped acreage only. There's also ponds or creek features running through the middle of the property, which add both scenery and water sources for wildlife when it's in season. Duval County sits way out in southern Texas plains, known for its ranching heritage, open brushland, and plentiful wildlife habitat. The county seat is San Diego, and much of Duval is rural ranch land rather than dense town centers, which gives properties here that traditional Texas wide-open feel. In terms of accessibility, this property sits a few miles off local county roads just off the highway, which makes it straightforward to reach by truck or SUV, while still feeling private and removed from busy neighborhoods. One of the biggest perks of this Duval County land is the wildlife and recreation reputation of the area. The listing highlights white-tailed deer, hogs, javelina, turkey, dove, quail, and even coyotes on the property, making it a solid choice if you're into hunting, nature watching, or spending weekends outdoors. The brushy terrain and natural cover help hold game, and you're also within an hour or so of Choke Canyon Reservoir and saltwater fishing near Corpus Christi if you want a change of pace. And for the price reveal, this Duval County hunting and recreational tract is listed at around $265,000 for all acres and improvements included. Next property takes us to Hamilton County, Texas, where we're looking at a rural setup sitting on around 20 acres of land in the Indian Gap area. This is one of those properties that's clearly designed for someone who wants space, flexibility, and a practical country lifestyle. The land comes with a metal building that's already been converted for temporary living, including a kitchen area, a bedroom, a bathroom, and even office space. Hamilton County sits in central Texas ranch country, known for its quiet landscape, open skies, and agricultural roots. This is a part of Texas where large tracts of land are still common, and properties like this are typically used for grazing, recreation, or weekend getaways. The area around Indian Gap is rural and lightly developed, which means privacy is a big part of the appeal here. You're surrounded by rolling terrain, native grasses, and mature trees, giving the land a classic Texas countryside feel without heavy residential density. As for the perks, this land is well suited for livestock, outdoor recreation, and rural living. The existing pipe pens make it easier to work animals, and the open acreage gives you room to expand, fence, or customize the land to your needs. The natural tree cover and terrain also make it attractive for wildlife activity, which is something many buyers in this area look for. Now for the price. This Hamilton County property is currently listed at just over $200,000, offering a solid amount of land with useful improvements already in place. Next property takes us to Salle County, Texas, where we're looking at a rural parcel of about 10 acres just outside Encinal, deep in South Texas brush country. According to the listing, this property includes a 2-bed, 1-bath house that needs work and isn't currently livable, but it gives you a foundation you can renovate or replace if you want to make this a true homestead or recreational base. Salle County sits in the Rio Grande Plains region of South Texas, a part of the state known for its native brushland, ranching heritage, and wildlife habitat. Properties in this county typically attract hunters, weekend outdoors people, and folks who want quiet country living with a real connection to nature. Between Cotulla, Encinal, and Artesia Wells, the area is mostly ranch land and open terrain with long views and plenty of wildlife activity. In terms of accessibility, this tract is just a short drive north from Encinal, off the west access road of Interstate 35, about a few miles from town, then a left past railroad tracks to reach the locked gate on the property. That means you're tucked away from traffic noise, but still within a comfortable drive to services and supplies in Encinal or nearby Cotulla. One of the biggest perks here is the mix of improvements already in place and the wildlife-friendly South Texas landscape. The brush cover and native terrain make this acreage great for white-tailed deer, hogs, turkey, quail, and dove. And now for the price reveal. This Salle County property is listed at $200,000 for the full 10.25 acre tract with house and improvements included. Next property takes us to Val Verde County, Texas, where we're exploring a 130-acre ranch-style recreational and hunting property just outside the Del Rio Carta Valley area. This listing is set up as part of the 4J Ranch subdivision, and from the listing details you can tell it's built for folks who want a genuine Texas outdoor experience. The land comes with 2 converted cabins under a covered structure, a workshop space, and improvements like deer blinds, feeders, water troughs, and even a fire pit. Val Verde County sits in southwest Texas on the edge of the Edwards Plateau, known for its wide-open ranch lands, rugged terrain, and scenic views. The region stretches to the Rio Grande and includes popular outdoor destinations like Lake Amistad Recreation Area and Devil's River State Natural Area, making it a draw for folks who love fishing, boating, and hunting out in nature. In terms of access, this property is tucked a short drive from local county roads and about a half hour or so from Del Rio, giving you that off-the-road, peaceful feel while still being reachable without crazy long drives. One of the big perks here is wildlife. The listing mentions white-tailed deer and exotic game like axis and fallow, along with hogs and turkey, making this acreage ideal for seasoned hunters or anyone wanting a weekend getaway spot with real game activity. You've also got elevation changes and panoramic hilltop views that make it great for trail riding, scenic overlooks, or building your ideal hunting cabin camp. And for the price reveal, this Val Verde County hunting and recreational property is listed at just over $250,000, giving you big acreage with improvements already in place for outdoor lifestyle use. Next property takes us to Red River County, Texas, where you're looking at a residential ranch-style home with land right in the heart of small-town Bogota. This property sits on around 12 acres and includes a 3-bed, 2-bath house with just over 1,500 square feet of living space, a classic East Texas country home setup. Just outside the house, you'll find a horse barn with stalls and tack space, a large, oversized garage with storage options, and even a pond and pasture area. Great if you want room for animals or outdoor activities. Bogota itself is a small city in southwest Red River County, Texas, with a population of around 1,000 people and a tight-knit community vibe. The town sits along major local routes and has a strong farming and ranching heritage, which shows in how properties and neighbors interact across the area. As for accessibility, this home is located right off local roads leading into Bogota, giving you easy entry and exit to surrounding towns like Paris or Mount Pleasant via nearby highways. One of the big perks of this property is that it's more than just a house on a lot. It's set up for horses, outdoor living, and country lifestyle right away. The barn and pasture mean you could keep livestock, set up hobby farming, or simply enjoy open outdoor space in a way that's rare inside town limits. Now for the price reveal. This Red River County home and acreage are listed at just under $300,000, making it a compelling option for buyers wanting land, a comfortable home, and plenty of outdoor potential in one package. Next property takes us to Terrell County, Texas, where we're looking at a wide-open West Texas ranch sitting on around 208 acres near Sanderson, a truly remote and scenic part of the Lone Star State. This listing is marketed as Sanderson Ranch, and it's exactly the kind of property outdoor lovers, hunters, and folks craving big skies will appreciate. You're getting a home of roughly 1,600 square feet with 4 bedrooms and 1 bath built on the land, plus a setup that runs off a generator with the ability to add solar and propane systems. Terrell County lives out in the southwest corner of Texas, known for its rugged desert terrain, open horizons, and sparse population. It's the kind of place where you'll find more wildlife trails than paved streets, and your neighbors might literally be miles away. The county seat, Sanderson, embraces that big country feel, offering a gateway to outdoor recreation on truly expansive ranch lands. Access to this ranch comes from rural county roads that tie back to the closest paved highways. So while it's not drive-through town easy, you can reach the property without needing extreme off-road gear. That said, it definitely feels like a peaceful retreat rather than a commuter-friendly home. Now for the perks. Hunting and wildlife opportunities are huge here. The listing notes, feeders, blinds, and covered storage, and the wide acreage. Supports species like quail, mule deer, elk, Russian boar, javelinas, and coyotes. Whether you want a West Texas hunting base, a secluded weekend spot, or just room to roam, this ranch delivers. And here's the actual price. This Terrell County ranch is listed at $279,000 for the full 208-acre setup with home and improvements. Next property takes us to Medina County, Texas, where we're looking at a 25-acre ranch-style tract near Hondo and Tarpley that's perfect for folks who want a mix of nature, privacy, and outdoor recreation. The listing shows a small cabin shell on the land, roughly 350 SQFT with 1 bedroom and 1 bath, ready for you to finish out as you like. Right now, it's described as a solid foundation for a cozy retreat or hunting camp, and there's also a small storage barn nearby. Medina County sits in south-central Texas on the edge of the hill country and South Texas plains, with a landscape full of oak trees, mountain laurel, and rolling brushland. The area near Hondo and Tarpley is known for its scenic country roads, ranch properties, and classic Texas outdoor lifestyle. It's also within about an hour's drive of San Antonio, which gives you access to city amenities while still living out in a quieter, more rural setting. In terms of accessibility, this property is reachable off FM 462 and PR 233, with caliche roads that make getting around simple, even in rough weather. You're tucked away from busy highways, but still a short drive from local towns for groceries, services, and weekend outings. One of the biggest perks here is the land itself. It features a wet weather creek that attracts wildlife, mature oak trees that give shade and beauty, and plenty of room to explore. The trail system lets you walk or ride through the acreage easily, and seasonal wildlife like white-tailed deer, turkey, dove, and hogs are noted on the listing as common visitors, making this a great pick for hunting, nature walks, or just relaxing in the hill country outdoors. And for the price reveal, this Medina County property is listed at $295,000 for the full 25-acre tract with the cabin shell and improvements. Next property takes us to Edwards County, Texas, where we're looking at a big ranch-style setup on about 21 acres, just off Highway 41 near Rock Springs. According to the listing, this property features a 3-bedroom, 2-bath manufactured home sitting right on the acreage, giving you both living space and outdoor land all in one package. The layout is simple and ranch-style, ideal for country living or a hunting retreat. And the land itself has level terrain that makes it easy to build out trails or put in additional improvements later. Edwards County is in southwest Texas, a region known for its rugged landscapes, rolling brush country, and big West Texas views. The county seat, Rock Springs, has that classic small rural town feel with wide open skies, low traffic, and a strong connection to outdoor life. This part of Texas is popular with folks who love hunting, hiking, and spending time outdoors because the natural terrain mixes brush, wildlife habitat, and scenic hills that make every day feel like a getaway. In terms of accessibility, this property sits right off State Highway 41, meaning you've got straightforward access by paved road from Rock Springs and beyond. The listing notes it's directly off the highway with level ground throughout, which makes getting gear, trailers, or everyday vehicles out there much simpler than most deep rural ranch tracts. Now for the fun part, the perks. The listing highlights that hunting is permitted on this land, with wildlife such as white-tailed deer, hogs, dove, turkey, axis, and elk being common in the area. And now the price reveal, this Edwards County property is listed at $299,000 for the full 21-acre tract, with the home and improvements included. Next property takes us to Edwards County, Texas, where we're talking about a sprawling West Texas ranch of around 80 acres tucked into the Bobcat Hollow Phase 2 subdivision near Carter Valley. This property is clearly marketed as a recreational and hunting getaway, and from the listing, you get a strong sense of how wild and private the area really is. Sitting on the land is a roughly 500 square foot cabin, with 1 bedroom and 1 bath, complete with a covered front porch and covered parking, making it an ideal rustic home base whether you're out here for weekend hunts or extended outdoor stays. Edwards County lives out in southwest Texas on the edge of the Edwards Plateau, known for rugged terrain, rolling brush, and wide open vistas that draw hunters and outdoor lovers from all over the state. This part of the county near Carter Valley sits well off the beaten path, with only a handful of parcels in this remote area, and that's part of the appeal. You're miles from bigger towns like Rock Springs, but surrounded by dramatic landscapes and the type of solitude hunters dream about. Getting to this property is accessible, but still feels remote. It's just a few miles from paved Ranch Road 2523, with maintained county roads leading into the gated subdivision, and there's only one locked gate between you and the highway, giving you privacy without the need for rough off-road travel. The perks here are what make the property special. The listing highlights abundant native and exotic wildlife, including whitetail deer, axis, aoudad, hogs, and turkey. And now for the price reveal. This Edwards County property is listed at $310,000 for the full 79.49 acre tract with cabin and improvements included.